This is Neutral Access Prime 625 Axel Lamel. I came here to send a little love, send a message for those in need. And I love to reflect. I love life because reflection just shows you going in the right direction. And what I got to talk about today is something I need myself, and something that maybe some of you may need. But peace to my family, the Walu, my loved ones, and those out in the universe that respect the light that God gives us. Man, it's crazy. What I'm trying to talk about is having to do with today's day, and a part of myself, and what I'm going through myself. And I don't want to derive too much away from that, but it's about faith. It's about faith and respecting the Father in thyself. You know, your divine masculine, which we all have masculine and feminine energy within us. So you know, the true mother and father is the grandmother and the grandfather within us. And this is my first time on this call, reaching my people, talking to my people. And man, y'all beautiful, and I hear y'all and I feel y'all right now. And I want to say thank you. So before I get into what I'm trying to deliver here, is I want to say a quick prayer. I do quick prayers because I feel like I think fast. I move slow, but I think fast, and I gotta you gotta get your prayer in you know, because this is spiritual warfare we're dealing with, right? So I have this quick prayer that that's unique to myself, that I pray for, you know, that I use when I need to, when I, you know, don't have much time to express myself. So I'm gonna do a quick prayer, and we'll get into the message here. Yeah, Shua Wutala Yatawalu Kun. Peace, God. I want to say thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for this moment to break the ice and crack out my shell and help anyone else that are struggling with faith and their connection with you, God. I want to say forgive us, continue to forgive me, continue to forgive us, continue to guide us, continue to protect us, and thank you for your blessings. Thank you for your blessings. And with that prayer, I ask you to do that specifically in our purposes, our relations, our circumstances, and situations. Peace, God. Cool. Yeah, I hope y'all like that. I hope y'all dug that. And you know, I want to get into a smooth flow like I like to. You know, when you're on your own and no one's watching you, and even when you're dealing with the world, you got to be able to know yourself and conduct yourself and carry yourself in a way like how I just did with my hands and whatnot. My speech comes off of my tongue confirm, content, confident, because I know it's God in me speaking, you know. But a lot of us struggle with doubt, so that's what brings me to this message in today's day, when the Codex is the 6th year, but in the Gregorian calendar it's the 6th day. And the Walu mathematics, we deal with the number 6 as the gift and the curse. We deal with that being knowing right from wrong. We deal with that is with the lessons that the masculine, divine masculine, sets upon us all, you know. and to trust that what we not know, because we are being guided with what we know inside. So we might not know everything that's in front of us because it's an illusion and we don't know what's around the other corner. But when we know how to act by our father and our mother, then we know that we are able to walk around that corner and be okay, or get ourselves out of a situation, because we know we're going to suffer the consequences if we don't do what we know that is right by our divine masculine self. So, you know, that's why I'm here, trying to break the struggle within myself and get on this live for the first time and talk to my people, talk to my family, and start shining and bringing truth to the light and light to the truth and waking up and saving souls. I mean, it's a blessing to be in position to save souls, man. It's you know, you can't help everybody, and we're not perfect ourselves, but man, to have this job, man, is amazing. I feel like I'm being paid as I speak, you know. And when I don't do my righteous work, man, we struggle. We start to doubt, and we don't get paid. We don't live free, you know. And it's a beautiful thing when you honor the divine masculine in yourself, you know, the divine faith that God instilled in us, to know not to break that connection. Like, no matter what we go through, you gotta have faith to keep that. I believe I was taught through the tribe that it's like a rope that we stay connected to with God, and each knot is an agreement we gotta keep and not break, you know. Otherwise we suffer the curse, the gift and the curse, right? The number 6, you know. So this book I'm going to speak about, some of you may have, some of you may not. And if you don't have it, or if you're new watching, that's okay. That's okay. I'm here to be a leader, and I'm also here to learn. And you're not alone. Since you're here, we're one, and we will always have time to get to know each other and save each other from the troubles that be. That's faith. Oh, I don't have the book. I don't have the book right now. That's okay. I can't get you a copy. That's okay. Because you have faith, and now you know where you're at. You know where you're at right now. So no matter what you go through, the storms, the ups, the downs, you know every step that you take is a righteous step based off your faith, your divine masculine principles, right? Not to disregard the mother. But we're dealing with the father, and the father has to put his foot down. The father has to put his foot down and let the truth known to any and everybody. So this book that spoke to me to bring out and help this message get across is a special book that I'm gonna start getting back into, because I haven't been on this book at all in a while. And this book is called The Temple of 31 Steps. It's a beautiful cover right there, and it's a beautiful book. And it's a simple book to me, because it entails the steps that we take, every step that we take to go and do anything, you know. And it took me a while. I was trying to reconnect here. They're trying to stop God, but they can't stop God. I was going through a lot of personal stuff today in my life, where it was gonna stop me from coming to this moment and speaking to my people. I could be sure of the step that I take, but you don't necessarily need to know if you have faith. You know, you can reroute your route from point A to B. When you go to work and come back home, maybe this is a new route you take, you know. And, you know, coming from a big city like Chicago is pretty much gang infested all over the place. And you got to be able to know how to move, you know. purpose and your inner compass. That's faith. But this book here, it's simple to me because it talks about the steps that it takes to be holy, from step 1 to 31, which is all of us, right? To be whole again. And when you are whole, you can step and move confidently. That's like faith. I'd rather do what the gift inside me and tells me to do, instead of not do it and then deal with the curse, the consequences. And the consequences never feel good when you don't do what you're supposed to. It's like you letting darkness back into your life, into your mind, your body, and your soul, and your spirit. And then that reflects off for everybody else. So for me not doing my job, I need to have faith. Being on neutral axis prime, I logged into time and space 6:25. So I was born in the 6th moon, right? And I have this nature about me, like I'm always learning in life, but I can't control where God puts me. And that's my faith. It's like I really should be not scared of anything. And when you start thinking and speaking like that, man, everything's open. Everything's open. And you're doing exactly what you're supposed to do. Like, hey, I'm not even a human being here. I'm just a messenger. I'm a messenger because I have faith. I have faith of every step that I take and all the roads in my journey. No matter what I go through, I know I'm going to come out at top at the end of my time. To worry less is to have faith. To trust in the light inside you is to have faith. To trust your right mind is to have faith. And that, talking about right mind, balancing the left and right, so we're not disregarding the mother at all. Because the father will always respect himself if he respects his mother, right? His feminine side, or his reflection, his queen. But I don't want to derive from the message. I'm a freestyler. So I hit a lot of points in my unique way. And we want to stick to this book. And this book was made for like a guidance towards how to treat your diary. It's one thing someone telling you to write in a diary and express your life, and you start learning about yourself. But with these steps, you have a concrete principle that's more than spiritual. It's concrete. It's physical. And when you can step like this, then you open the doors that you need. It's like you have the keys in your hands. So now, tomorrow might not be the 6th. That doesn't matter. It's the principle of the 6th, which is the gift and the curse. And you are a gift since you are of life. You are of God. You are here. You're living. You're a human being. And you're a righteous spirit, no matter who you are. Yeah, we go through a lot of stuff that tries to keep us down, but with faith, man, like, it's like you don't need to learn anything else. With faith, it's like allowing yourself to be yourself, your best self. Allowing the universe and God to flow through you without pause. So fear has no time and space within you, because you are love and you are flowing. And that flow is reciprocation of giving and receiving. And right now I'm giving back to what I have received in my life, whether it's from a personal person in particular or just my experiences itself, But let's get into the book so you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, for example, before I get into the book, my dog is barking and crying, but instead of stopping the message, I had faith to continue on. You see what I'm saying? You just let her be. I have a big heart, so I like to, cater to everything that needs me, but I need me and you need you. So therefore we can start walking in faith together and serve each other how we can, because we might not give each other what we need, how we like, you know. And that's why when you have faith, you can respect that. You know, when someone tells me the truth, it might hurt and I might not want to hear it, but I have faith and I trust God. I trust myself and I trust the person that is delivering the message to me. That's father principle right there. And that's a gift that we all have. That's equality, you know. But let's get into the book. I'm going to skip the introduction. I don't mean to be fast or blunt. I'm just trying to be unique, you know, and have faith. Have faith with my flow. Now, with this book, because you see when I first opened the book, the first thing you see, besides the copyright information, is the body of the Messiah. So this book is a guidance to how to reflect on each step that you have and be a whole person. Be the Superman or Superwoman that you are. You know, and in the body of Messiah, the sixth node is on your right hand. So just like the right foot, you take your you do the right thing by putting your right foot out first. You also do that with your right hand. You see, and with your right hand, you would know right from wrong when you learn something. Then that's another thing about faith. You gotta know when you don't know. You gotta know that when you come to knowledge for the first time about something, and you're like, man, I didn't know better. You know, I was innocent in this situation, but now I know better. And that's where the six comes in, the gift and the curse. You have a gift to do what you know. Wisdom, what you know. And then comes the understanding, you see? Because it's like, damn, I have faith, so I don't care if it's a new challenge. I don't care if it's a stormy day. I don't care if I'm going through hell right now, because I know with faith I'm gonna get through it. So this book entails you how each step accords to the day and how you can reflect on yourself. Like when you're regularly journaling, or, you know, writing your story in your diary. You know, so I'm doing it live. You know, I don't got the pen and pad right now, so I'm doing it live, so to speak. You know, but when you do have time for yourself and you writing down, you reflect on yourself, not just the act of doing it, but taking the time to look within deeply and widely, wholly. That's faith. I'm going in with my eyes closed. That's front of me may not give me what I need. So I'm gonna go and skip the introduction, because that's not what I'm here for. I'm not here to really talk about the book. I'm here to talk about the message that's in the book. It's a good book. It's a very good book. It's a simple book that will keep you on your foundation, your basis, your consistency on your daily practices of righteousness. You know, when you got this book locked down, or the steps, you see the temple is you. The temple is you. So sometimes, you know how you gotta clean out your room, do laundry, wash your dishes. This is how I like to refer to this book. You gotta stay sharp on each step that you take. Every day is a God-given day. 747. God is good 24/7, 7 days a week. 361 degrees all around me, all through me, as above so below, as within so without. So I'm speaking from my heart, I'm speaking from my soul, and I don't have no predesignation on this. You know, you can practice, but it's gonna come out raw, because it's real. That's faith. I can't be worried about you know, nothing other than my pure intentions. And yeah, that's what this book does for you. This book does for you what every day is like, every one of us is like, you know. So let's just jump into it. We're talking about the number 6, right? And the number 6 being tied to the gift and the curse and the Father and faith. And we are sharing this year together. So with 6 being equality, you know, that is like a good sign to look at wholeness, the world, you know. Like there is just you, and then there is not just you, because you ain't the one, you know. I mean, I'm not speaking really, you know. I'm just a vessel speaking. My ancestors are speaking. The people that are in my life are speaking, you know, and the people that are receiving are also speaking. Just they're receiving it. So I'm gonna read a little bit so we can get into some transitioning of what I what I have been saying already, and then I'll reflect on that. And then I would like to say a lot of peace and love to everybody, you know. But let's get into it. 6. We call this Fatu. Fatu is like the face of 6, right? This is the 6th day, the right hand. Look at power to the people. 6 times 6 is 36. And the 6th letter in the alphabet is F, which stands for Father or faith. I don't have the faith definition on me, but in short, it's to trust in full the unknown. But here it says the Father, the foundational construct of the family tree, the nurturer and the guardian of the universe, as well as the process, the procreator of intellect. Today's my father's birthday, the one that raised me. And you know, to speak about him, he is always looking in the best interest of others, you know, and no matter what life throws at him, he always keeps it moving because he is a father and he has faith. He's a righteous man, even though we may have different positions in life. He does his duty, and that's what the Father is about, sticking to his duty. A king never rests because he must stick to his duty, his mission. And like that, like it says at the end of that definition, as well as the procreator of intellect. So you born in the knowledge within you. You have it comes through, and you have to bring it out. You can't be worried about if you're wrong or right, and if another person tests you or questions that, you know, you trust the divine intellect within yourself. So it says here, on the 6th day, as Lamar, or yourself as Axel Lamel, ascended to the realm of the right hand, he delved into the profound symbolism of the gift and the curse. The secret word Fatu resonated deeply, representing the deep responsibility that comes with power and the understanding that it can be both a blessing and a burden. So, you know, our shoulders get heavy, our hearts get heavy sometimes when we not focus on keeping the steps going, which is the right actions, you know. And if we don't do that, we feel the consequences. And we feel the consequences when we don't feel like we are doing the right thing, when we are. Keep the faith, keep the Father within. The right hand in its spiritual essence symbolizes not only physical ability, but also the power to manifest intentions. Oh, I like that. So you know what you want to do, so now you can do it. You see, physically, you have the power within you because you have faith. You are faith. You are love. So It ain't nothing to it but to do it. It also says you have the power to manifest intentions and establish connections. So there you go. We're establishing connections. The connections that I feel that I need, that I might be scared of connecting to. You know, because I'm so used to the old and what's not good for me. And what's tearing me apart. And God's saying, hey, leave that alone. Come to where you are needed. Come to where you belong. And that's having faith to stepping out of the old and getting into the new. Staying fresh. God is always forever young. So no matter how old we get, we never really age. It signifies the ability to take action. So it gives you power. Having faith gives you power to like not hesitate, to just go and do it. You know, it is used to, it gives you the ability to take action, create, and influence the world around us. And that's what I'm doing for the first time right now. And I can't wait to reap the rewards. I feel them right now as I speak, but you know, it's not about the rewards, it's about the satisfaction that you're doing the job, you know. So whatever it is, like if you're a father and you're struggling and you gotta go to work every day, it's okay, man. You keep going, man. Nothing, you are strength. That's the 6th affirmation. Fatu's affirmation is I am strength. You know, and when you embody that and you know that and you trust that, man, you're unstoppable, man. And you don't know, you really don't need nothing but the power within. And then you're doing your part. So it's like you building, you destroying what's not needed, but you building and you instilling, inspiring. That's the 6th action as well. I think it's Ya Mumin Yatawalukun. The 6th action is to inspire faith. So I have that natural ability being born 625. You know, and that's one of my gifts. That's my gift. The curse will be, you know, not to keep doing that. You know, not to honor that. You know, excuse me here. Just as the right hand is used to write contracts, establish partnerships, it reflects our capacity to build meaningful relationships, collaborate, and bring our visions into reality. So for example, before I started the live, I had an option of choosing to show this to certain people, friends or public, and I went friends and specific people, and then I just changed it to public because faith was moving me. It's like, just go public. You don't want somebody to not miss this. Yeah, they might get the video later, but maybe somebody is being touched right now. And that's what faith is. Like, man, you can't postpone a duty in the presence, you know, because we are presence and we need to stay in the present. But in order to move forward with presence, you gotta have faith. You gotta be one with the Father. And the Father keeps shining like the sun. He keeps moving through it all, non-stop. So it says it reflects our capacity to build meaningful relationships, collaborate, that means work together, and bring our visions into reality. And that's what I'm doing right now, and that's what you're doing right now. Like, for example, I like asking people their birthdays and putting them on to this new information. I get an idea of who they are, and I get a chance to help them without a personal reason of why I may need them. So I'm already having faith in doing my purpose, my divine purpose. And one episode I had, I stopped this person, a co-worker, and he was already thinking about his birthday when I was approaching him. And I asked him, hey, did I ever ask you your birthday? He said, I was just thinking that. You see how we're interconnected? So you must have faith with your instincts, with your thoughts, and knowing that, you know, there may not be nothing in your head, but here is where it operates, consciousness. And you need to trust yourself, trust your right mind. You know, the thoughts that come in that are not dark and that are yours, that are, you know, that are separate from what are not yours, you know. However, the gift and the curse aspects bring forth an important spiritual lesson. When bestowed with power, we must recognize that it comes with great responsibility. The gift represents the blessings, talents, and opportunities that the universe bestows upon us. I don't have an outlet right here, and I don't want to change locations, but I have faith that we're going to get this through. And enabling us to make a positive impact and achieve greatness. It is a divine offering that allows us to use our abilities for the betterment of ourselves and others. You know, you need faith to step up to the plate. You know, because who are you going to go for guidance? You need to trust the guidance in yourself and in others. But you know, when it's time to take action, that's where faith comes from, the unknown. But with this gift comes the curse, which represents the potential of pitfalls and challenges that accompany power. It serves as a reminder that power can be misused, leading to negative consequences and personal downfall if not wielded with wisdom and integrity. So yeah, we may have a gift to do great things, but if we don't have the right mind intact, the right heart intact, and the right steps, we can abuse that power. And many of us humans do. Even myself, I must have misused my power to speak this great and use it in the right way. The curse is cautionary reminder to remain humble, mindful, and conscious of our actions and the impact they have on others. So yeah, sometimes we may have to speak the truth to another person, but we got to remember to let faith guide us with that, because we can be belligerent, we can let our anger out, you know, and we can lose the point of using our wise words. And the codex is 10/23/6 today, and today's day, the 24 hours, is the 23rd, and that's the 23rd letter. That's wisdom, that's W. So, you know, you got to have faith that you're going to use your power in the right way. To apply this wisdom in our lives, we must recognize the power we hold in our hands. Literally, in our hands. We should embrace the gift, utilizing our talents, abilities, and resources. Exactly. We must do that. You know, because how else will it be performed? How else can we deliver the message or take action to make a positive difference in the world? A difference, meaning you are the change. So have faith that you are different and unique, and you're doing what needs to be done, because you know you've been chosen. You remember to be like, hey, I know how to act in this moment, and I'm gonna do it. Look at the sun come out. Look at the sun come out. Everything's a reflection. And I had to have faith that the sun wasn't out for a while. I don't know if you guys could see me. There is a glare, but at least I got that message out, right? And it is about leveraging our power for good, uplifting others. And I hope I'm doing that for y'all. And I'm definitely doing it for myself. And it's I can feel it. It's a blessing. And contributing to the greater good of humanity. You know, I'm outside, so maybe my neighbors can hear me. You never know. You know, when you're alone, you be real, and be honest. Have faith that you don't have to be playing in the darkness. You know, that everything will shine. The shine will come again, you know, because that's who you are. That's where you come from. Simultaneously, we remain vigilant against the curse. So at the same time, when you are acting in faith, you're against the curse. We should strive to avoid temptations of ego, greed, and self-serving actions. I still fall short of that, you know, but that's what teaches me. That's why it's there for you to learn. By staying grounded and mindful, we can ensure that our actions align with our values and serve the highest good. It is a constant practice of self-reflection. See what I'm saying? Integrity and accountability. Hey, I was wrong, so let me step up to the plate and make it right. If you can't do that, let me show you. Because somebody out here is showing us. And to be the best, you got to follow the best. And that's God. That's the collective. That's the water. Peace. Boom. The spiritual analogy of the right hand and the gift and the curse reminds us that power, when coupled with responsibility and moral alignment, becomes a force of positive transformation. So you are a force to be reckoned with, but you cannot be doubting yourself and you cannot abuse your power. Look at that light. He's like, yes, my son, you do your thing. Okay, so I'm transforming right there in the flesh. You've seen it right before your eyes. By recognizing the inherent duality of power and consciously choosing to use it for good, we can navigate the path of righteousness and make a lasting impact. So you can use faith as a navigational tool. You know, I came against an obstacle, but I'm gonna go this way. It's all right. I never went down that road, but I have faith. I am the light, and I'm gonna make it a yellow brick road. We can navigate the path of righteousness and make a lasting impact in our own lives and the lives of others. Through this understanding, we learn to embrace the gift and mitigate the curse, harnessing our power to foster love, harmony, and growth. It is a call to wield our abilities and influence with grace, compassion, and a genuine desire to create a better world for ourselves and future generations. The kids. Remember, it's not just to stay on point with each other, but we got the little ones, the seeds that are rising and growing. And that's why we really must need faith, because we can't slack on our act. We gotta be a good example, because someone showed us how to be a good example. So why don't we honor it? Have faith. I love y'all. That was the end of that. You know, it's really short, you know, but it's very powerful, and it tells a lot that you need to instill on your daily practices. So once you master, you know, faith, you can have faith every day, you know. While another principle is live, it doesn't matter. You know, it's faith every day, all day. It's faith or nothing. You know, I'm here putting the book down and speaking divinely to y'all. You know, check out 7% left. I'm grateful I'm stepping up out of my shell right now and having faith and trusting the guidance that God has given me to put me where I belong and have me do what I need to do. Because I'm struggling, man. I'm struggling, and I know a lot of us are struggling, but it's okay. That's one thing I love about having faith. No matter what I go through, G, God is there to give me what I need. Show me the way no matter what. You know, I don't care to cry. I love everybody, and I show a lot of people love, and I don't get it back, but that's okay. Because I get my love from faith, from having my love with God, with myself, and with those that truly respect God. So that's how I know who truly loves me and shows me right. You know, I have faith and not knowing everything. You know, I have faith in making myself a better person for the next person in the next generation, and to do the right things, because we can't stay asleep on not doing the right things. We gotta step up all the time, man. And even those that don't want to hear it, they might love and appreciate it one day. You know, they heard it, but you know, you have faith to deliver the message and let it go. You let the message be. You know, you keep walking with God. You keep putting that right hand out. You know what I'm saying? And you be a soldier. Whether you're a man or a woman, you know you're of God, you keep doing the right thing. I love y'all. And I appreciate all of you guys, especially the Walu, man. That's my family that I never knew I was going to have and that I needed. I love each and every one of you, whether I met you or not. Because, you know, from this point on, we're all going to experience the best versions of ourselves, and we're all going to experience a better earth, a heaven on earth right now. You know, take the pain, have faith, and utilize that pain and transform it to good. We're real human superheroes, man. We really are. You know, when they make the X-Men and the Wolverine and all that stories about God and love and us, you know, but they don't want to glorify us, and that's okay, because we don't want to glorify the wrongdoing. We are always going to have faith in God and do what is needed to be done. You know, I've been judged all my life, and I've accepted those judgments, and still I've still walked the right path. I struggle all the time, but it just shows me I'm never weak. I'm never weak. Me crying is not weak. Me doing the right thing is not weak. Me being humble is not weak. It takes strength. I said I'm gonna do this live outside today. I feel more better outside in the sun with my father. And I'm tired of being scared. So I need to instill this faith. I'm tired of being fearful. It don't belong here. It don't belong inside of us or in our lives. Everywhere we go. I remember when I went to the pilgrimage vacation. The first day I got there, we were dealing with the congregation, the element of air. And we were on the beach side, ready to do a live. And I don't know what was going on. I just know I had faith and I was ready. I'm with it. You know, I wasn't prepared. I wasn't nothing. I don't know who I'm meeting. But I knew I was in love. And there was a little moment before we got together in our gathering. It was nighttime, and you know, it's probably, you know, I think it was a Tuesday. It doesn't matter, but you know, it was near like the beach, so it's like, you know, there's a bar across the street and whatnot. People are partying and whatnot. And this little moment passed while we're trying to get together. It was a car that passed by, and they was like, they had a lot of negative energy. You know, and I'm not innocent, you know, but I'm grateful to go through to change my ways, you know. And I remember someone from the tribe was like, oh, that's the devil. And we just it did not penetrate us. It's like we was in a bubble or something. I experienced that, I witnessed that, and I was like, yeah, I'm in the right place. That's faith, that's God. I'm stepping in the right direction without knowing it, with my eyes closed, you know. And you just keep going with that. You keep going with that. You know, you don't stop. You know.